You won't learn programming by watching tutorials. Here's how you're gonna learn programming without wasting time. This will make you learn programming much faster than tutorials. Of course, you're gonna need tutorials, but it won't make you good. So what you're gonna do, just like anyone else, you're gonna start with a tutorial. I know you won't be using tutorials in the traditional sense, like taking a course and watching the videos in a linear form. Let me explain how you're gonna approach programming to learn faster. You're gonna take a course, a beginner's course, learn all the basics, learn data structures, learn variables, learn how to sort lists, all those things, learn some simple methods. Once you do that, let's say you want to build an app, you've decided to learn Flutter, and then what you're gonna do is learn how a simple app is structured. How does a simple app that shows maybe just text on the screen, how does it work? How is the information showed on screen? And once you know the basic layout of a simple app, now you know how data is shown on the screen and how data flows in a simple app. Once you know that, building a more complex app will be much easier this way. You won't even need the full course of any course you're going to take. What you're going to do is you're gonna start working on your project. Why are you learning programming in the first place? If you're looking for a job, just get a certification and apply for jobs. Otherwise, this won't work for you. This is for people who plan to build something of their own and want to make money from it. Yeah, you gotta start working on your project, start building the layout of how your app looks like the basic structure, the buttons and all that. And then, in fact, you do not have to build everything, the layout. If you build a button, go on Google, search what do you want it to do. If you want when a user presses on that button and it shows some kind of information, maybe it opens up a bottom sheet. A bottom sheet is that thing that opens up. If you have been on TikTok, you click on the comment, that thing that opens is called a bottom sheet. And search on Google how to show bottom sheet in Flutter, and you will get the solution and you will learn. You won't necessarily memorize, but you will know the logic and how it looks like. And whenever you need that, most of the time you're just gonna copy and paste because you know where the code is and how it works. You don't memorize coding, just know how data flows and you're good. That's the best thing about coding. Memorization is minimal, and all that matters is how data flows from one point to another. That is what is important. And then continue working on the app. Whenever you feel stuck, ask Google, go on Stack Overflow or AI, but limit AI because you'll be vibe coding everything. Now you won't learn properly. Learn to ask Google, or if you're gonna use AI, ask questions in chunks, small questions. How do you sort a list? Just simple questions. Don't ask ChatGPT to build the whole app for you, because if you do that, it will spit out a lot of code, and most of the time you won't know what is happening in your app. Now it is no longer your app because you don't know what is happening in your code, because AI wrote the code. You have no idea how data is flowing. The data flow is what is important. You know how data goes from here to there and how you can show that data, how you can manipulate that data. That is what is important. And that way you will learn programming much faster by building your own project and researching if you get stuck. Thank you for watching. I am thankful you watched this video. Bye.